Cream the Rabbit, otherwise known as Rabbit Stew because of how easily she dies, is the canon representation of pitting a 6-year-old child against the pit bull named Princess. It takes a special kind of person to want to play Cream unironically, and it takes a special kind of person to want to main her. Thanks to a YouTuber you may know, I was able to make contact with Ripperonis, who is well known as the Cream expert among testers. With a couple back and forth dialogues, he ended up making a Google document that I'll be dissecting and converting into video for your viewing pleasure. So without further ado, here's how to play Cream without becoming Rabbit Stew. First, let's start simple. Cream has 2 passives and 2 abilities. Her passives focus more on her movement while rewarding her for staying as far as possible from the executioner. Her first passive is Glide. Whenever she enters a freefall for an extended duration, she may choose to begin a glide, where she falls at 20% the normal rate with slightly reduced turning. If you were to use a spring, you may instantly use the glide passive, more on this later. Her second passive comes in the form of the little guy next to Cream, aptly named Cheese. Cheese follows Cream wherever she goes, and as long as he's active, Cream will heal both herself and other Mobians at an increased rate. Notice I said when he's active, because if you ever fall below 30 HP, he explodes. Since Cheese just reenacted Megaton from Fallout, he won't ever respawn, meaning his buffs will stop as well. This becomes apparent in Cream's first ability, Heal. Heal is the de facto mistake fixer that locks Cream in place for about 10 seconds. Anyone in the glowing radius that spawns around her will begin to heal depending on Cheese's state. The heal will tick 7 times, and as long as Cheese has it, then Mobians will heal 10 per tick, up to 70 HP. If Cheese did, then Mobians will heal 5 per tick, reducing healing by 50%. Initially, Cream will also heal herself a small amount on startup. This amount is also affected by Cheese's state. If no one is within the glowing radius by the time a couple seconds pass, Cream will immediately exit the prayer state and unlock herself, allowing movement. After her heal, we have her only chase tool, Dash, which simply put, launches Cream a short distance forward. I know, crazy. The secondary usage of Dash comes in the form of an obstacle, mainly either Mobians or the executioners themselves. If you were to collide with anyone else in the current match, they will be launched backwards. Cream will take 2 self-damage, and she will gain a 4-second 35% speed boost. Its intended purpose is to either push other Mobians out of danger, or push the executioner back in a pathetic bout of self-defense. But honestly, what could we expect from a literal child? At the most, using Dash defensively can buy you maybe 2-3 seconds of time before the executioner inevitably catches up and smacks some sense into you. The real best course of action comes from the next topic, map traversal. Thankfully, Ripperonis ended up thinking this far ahead and recorded some of his POVs for certain locations to look out for if you were ever in chase on certain maps. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so anyways, Cream's Dash allows her to get to spots you wouldn't expect the kid to be in, allowing for quick getaways since you have nothing else to defend yourself with, so yeah. Some of these spots include, but are not limited to, all of these. I don't want to come up with names for them, so I'll just leave that to you. They really are quite literally everywhere. You'll find them on every map except for maybe Green Hill, because that place is always barren of movement. Yeah, there are so many I have to think of filler text in order to fit them all into this segment, because there really are a lot of them. While I'm playing this in the background, I'm going to quickly summarize how she works. Glide for distance, keep Cheese alive, dash into people to get a speed up or make it to weird spots, and heal when the executioner isn't close. Aside from this, the Google Doc mentions stuff about taking chase because of your high priority, but I won't be mentioning anything about that because frankly, I've not seen a full team of people who'd be willing to babysit you the whole round. And now that the song is over, I'm going to talk about a few tips and tricks to know for when they come up. This section isn't very long since Cream realistically only has 3 things to worry about: getting caught mid-heal, staying hidden, and knowing when to heal at all. Being as weak as she is in chase, getting caught when you're locked in place is not very kosher, and to that I have a remedy. The only weird thing is that it's not to the Cream, but to everyone else. If you were, say, Knuckles, it might be better to block and stun the killer when they try to attack, but if you're anyone else, I suggest standing in front of Cream wherever she's facing. If the Cream knows how to read the room, she can actually dash mid-heal. It's her only option when she's locked in place, and if she hits anything other than a wall, she'll break free from the locked movement. Although she may take damage, the hit speed boost and the dash speed boost will give her enough time to get out of there as quickly as possible. Furthermore, when you are out, it's important to note that you're the smallest Mobian in the game, and you can use that size to your advantage to hide in corners the executioner isn't looking for you in. Some maps have more than others. YCR is actually the best map when it comes to hiding as Cream, because of the doors that open and close client-sided. To everyone else you face through a door, but to you, the door opens. This means that after you pass a door, you can hide out at the corner of the door frame and pass by once they go through the door, since they didn't see you duck and cover. Once you're out, if your team keeps tabs on where you are, all the better. They get heals, but if they don't, it's time to start searching. It's advised to frequent high-up places. These allow you to make the most of your dash and glide, as well as giving you a good view of the map and who's in chase. If you see someone out of sight, headhunt them until they stop and let you heal them. After that, repeat. Go back up and keep coming back down to heal. Also, just a note to follow, if 2011X is in rage mode, do not go near anyone. Chances are it's never safe, and they won't be able to help you anyways. If you get in chase, run to either the most open area you can find to let stun or spot you, or run to the nearest loop spot that can make use of your dash to buy time. The only thing I have left to say is that there's a couple iframes on heal's startup. If you're already knee-deep in Executioner and there's no chance of someone coming to help you, you can buy a few extra seconds before the inevitable. Other than that, there's not much else I can tell you. So now I'm going to regurgitate a 2-day-old clip of me getting my first Cream LMS win. Good luck, and happy hunting.